I just got back from watching Borderlands, the movie, 2024, and I'm about to tell you why you should not go watch this movie. Do not waste your time. If you're bored, you got absolutely nothing to do, take a nap. That is time better spent than going to go watch this movie. Let's start this review. Me and CK, we went to go watch this movie. I am someone who actually played the games. I played Borderlands 1. I played Borderlands 2. I played the pre-sequel. I bought all the DLC. I loved these games. I play the hell out. I don't really play first-person shooters. They're just not really my thing. But Borderlands got my attention and it hooked me. It's fun. It has so many cool things about it. Like, it was pop culture reference. It was edgy. It had cheesy jokes in it. It had really awesome guns, and it just, the experience of Borderlands, it's a great experience. It's fun. And yes, the humor doesn't necessarily hold up to today's standards. Like, it's because it kind of dates itself. It's pop culture-y for its time, and it doesn't really carry over as well. But the gameplay is still solid. The mechanics are still fun. The story is still palatable. It's still good. It's enough of an excuse to get you vault hunting. Overall, I mean, Borderlands, the franchise, it's just a really fun franchise. It's fun to get into. It's fun to play with others online. It's fun to run missions together. And it's just a good time. Me and my brothers, Kay, Brother Guns, even Menarm, he would play with us, and we'd exploit all the secrets. We'd split the loot. We had a great time with it. I have a lot of good memories playing Borderlands over the years, and I was pretty hopeful that this movie was going to knock it out of the park. This franchise has so much potential to be an awesome movie. So Eli Roth, the screenwriter, is primarily like in that horror genre. He did a Hostel. He did that Thanksgiving, whatever that movie was. That, and like, I don't know. I don't understand why. Why him? Why Borderlands is not a horror genre. Not really. It's got that zombie mode, sure, which was kind of creepy. Okay, but that's not what Borderlands is about. Again, I'm coming in as someone who has played the game, someone who is familiar with the story, someone who's familiar with the setting, everything, right? And this dude and this movie altogether as a whole just comes off as like, hey, you, tell me about Borderlands. And then you get the 2-minute version. I was like, all right, that's enough information for me to make this movie. It comes off so flat, so lifeless. I did not have a good time watching this movie. And you know what? The trailer looked awesome. Okay. For me, anyways, the trailer looked good. It looked like it was going to be fun. It looked like it was going to be entertaining. I didn't like that Kevin Hart was cast as Roland, and I like Kevin Hart as a comedian, the roles that he plays, but he is not, that is not Roland's character. He's not, no. But oh, Jesus, I'm going to be all over the place. Let's do this. Okay, just to try and organize myself. I'm going to knock out all the good stuff, and then we're going to talk about the bad stuff, okay? Let's talk good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, good stuff. Something good. Costumes. The costumes for the Borderlands characters was on par. They looked the part. They were colorful. They were vibrant. They were very well designed. Claptrap, pretty easy. I mean, you got the source material right here. You know what Claptrap looks like in 3D. Bam, you good. He's done. He's easy. He was easy. Easy. Voiced by Jack Black. It worked. Jack Black, mwah, you did a good job. He's annoying. Claptrap is annoying. He talks a lot of trash. He's very cheesy. He's got cheesy jokes. That's what Claptrap is. That's what he does. Jack Black nailed it to the T. He was just annoying enough to where you're kind of like, oh, wow, that's Claptrap, but not annoyed enough to shut up, Claptrap. Stop talking. Like, he was just teeter-tottering that line. He nailed it. That's exactly what Claptrap is supposed to be. The scenery, Pandora, perfect. Visually beautiful. Visually, it looked like the desert of Pandora. It looked great. The vehicle, there's a few vehicles in there. They look like they belong in Borderlands. the Skags was in it for like 2 seconds, I think, and those are little coyote dog things that are running around. Looks like a hairless dog. It's just ugly thing. Skags. They look good. They look nice. All right, they look nice. The special effects actually weren't horrible in this. Everything looked pretty. The flying vehicles did look kind of, but overall, everything looked pretty solid. There's I'm gonna spoil it a little bit, but there's a character in there that's the Firehawk, Lilith. She's got fire wings. You know what? Screw it. Spoiler, because this movie's very bad. This movie's not worth your time to go watch. So I'm just gonna spoil it. She's a freaking Firehawk. She's got fire wings. It looks a little wonky when she's flying. You can kind of tell she's on a wire, which I'm not, of course, I'm not expecting her to be flying for real or anything, but she's kind of hunched over a little bit when she's up in the air. And it's like, oh, she wasn't like well positioned to look like she's flying. It just looked a little off when she's up there and she's kind of hunched over, like, oh, you look like you're just dangling there, kind of, sort of. It looked weird, but the effect of the fire wings looked pretty cool. Let's see, something else. They did not hold back on Moxie's outfit. Nice. Oh, she has a nice tattoo. Very nice tattoo. Let's see what else. Oh, the Psychos. The Psychos were like awesome. They portrayed the Psychos perfectly. They were awesome. The costume designs for them, badass. They looked like the Psychos from Borderlands. They sounded like the Psychos from Borderlands. They had that weird raspy voice. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna get them. Yeah, that guy. They sounded just like that. It was just great. The Psychos were great. Tiny Tina, Ariana Greenblatt. Tiny Tina. I don't know who she is, but she is easily the standout actress in this whole film. Oh, wait, she was in that Barbie movie recently. The daughter. Okay, that's who you are. So, you know what? Kudos to her. With what she was written, how she was written, with what they gave her to work with, she was great. That character, Tiny Tina, is not supposed to be in that first one, but that's okay. I'm going to let that slide because this is a different interpretation of Borderlands. It doesn't have to follow it to the T, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But Tiny Tina, like the way that she acted, the way that she was so skippity and bubbly, and I like the way that she portrayed Tiny Tina. She was also kind of annoying at first, but not nearly as annoying as Claptrap. She didn't cross that line. As a matter of fact, I found her the most annoying when they first introduced her as Tiny Tina, when she is found in the desert. And then after that, like, she was like psycho crazy, and then they toned her down to just mediocrely annoying. And that was fine. I was good with that. Still, the way she acted, the way she carried Tiny Tina, great. Badass. Good job. Ariana, young actress. She's got a bright future ahead of her. Lilith. Lilith is like the main character. Mostly the story is around her. I've watched a couple other reviews. They said that she's stale. She's phoning it in. She's bored throughout the whole thing. That, I kind of felt like she did a decent job portraying Lilith. She's that badass. She's not one with the sense of humor, really. She's just kind of here to shoot things. I thought she did pretty damn good portrayal of Lilith. That's just the character. If she comes off as not into it, that's because that's how Lilith the character is, at least at first, right? She's not that bubbly person. She's not that energetic person. Like, she's an outlaw. She's a vault hunter. That's just the way that Lilith runs, and I thought she did fine. Tannis, on the other hand, portrayed by Jamie Lee Curtis. And I'm not going to knock Jamie Lee Curtis because she's a legend, but I don't think she knew what she was doing for this role. She's like, hey, do you want to be in this Borderlands movie? Okay. And so who am I playing? You're playing a scientist, and you're going to be just hold your emotions back until the very end. Okay, I got this. And that's what we got on screen. She was just kind of there. Once they introduced her into the story, she became a part of the main team, which whatever. Okay. She just felt like she was just there. Krieg. Krieg's another character. He's not supposed to be into the sequel, but that's fine. This is fine. Krieg. They portrayed him perfectly. Florian Montanu. I don't know who you are, bro, but the guy is huge. That he is tall. He is ripped. He played his role fantastically. You know what? Who he is? He's that German dude who played in Shang-Chi. He had that one arm and he had kind of like Captain Hook thing going on. He was just the big guy. Him. Yeah, that was Krieg. Okay, yeah, I like him. He did good. He portrayed him good. It was probably not his voice, which is fine, but like the motions, the way that his facial expressions, you couldn't really see the facial expressions because of the mask, but you could like see his eyes, and like the dude was into it. The dude was doing his part, and I was kind of glad towards the end when part of his mask falls off, you see his eye, that you can really see the anger or the aggression in his face, just kind of like the dude did his part. Kudos to you. Even Marcus made an appearance. Marcus, the bus driver dude, the guy who sells the weapons. That guy was in here, and he was voiced perfectly. Benjamin Davis. He was great. He looked the role. He looked the part. He played the part. He sounded the part. Marcus, excellent. Excellent portrayal. And now for the elephant in the room, Roland, Kevin Hart. He felt flat as hell as a character. Roland, they did Roland dirty. He was the heroic soldier, but he just didn't feel like Roland. He felt like a generic soldier, generic elite soldier. For what Kevin Hart did, it was passable. It was good. He did not act like Kevin Hart. So good, because that's not what Roland is supposed to be. Roland's a serious dude. Roland's a badass, but Roland also has turrets. He has turrets. Like that's his whole stick. He's got machinery. He's got big guns, and in the movie, I mean, Roland's got his handgun, and he's got his AK, and he shoots things, and he's done. That was Roland. It's nothing special, just an elite soldier. I guess I miscast, yes, but the way they wrote him, it didn't matter who would play him. I probably wouldn't like it, just because they did nothing with him. They did nothing with Roland. They did nothing with him. Jesus Christ. And one final thing, I knew I caught him at the very end of the movie. I saw him. Scooter. Scooter's in this movie.
Oh, hey, man, welcome to Scooter's Catch a Ride. What can we do for you today?
Not one word. Not one word. I recognize him due to the outfit. He was standing next to Moxie. If you actually watch this movie, yeah, towards the end during the celebration, you see Scooter right next to Moxie, and he's like, yay, clapping because there's fireworks going on or something. If it wasn't for the outfit, I wouldn't have known who he is. And why not? Scooter is like, he's a fan favorite dude in the games, right? When they could have easily implemented him in somewhere in the beginning when Lilith was looking for a vehicle, instead of hijacking that one vehicle from that one guy. Could just catch a ride, just one spot, just one. That's all you need, just one. And I'd be happy with it. But no, waste. Why'd you even cast him if you're not going to do anything with him? And I know I said that I'm going to knock out all the good stuff, and the bad stuff last, but I can't separate the two. There's not enough good to talk about. I covered it all. It was the scenery, the costumes, and the overall performances of the actors. They were decent. The story was just garbage. I guess I'm transitioning into the bad stuff now. The story was garbage. It was just kind of straightforward. It was predictable. They skipped a lot of action scenes. In the very beginning, Roland is trying to rescue Tina off of the ship. It starts with him opening the door. He's already fought his way in. He opens the door to Tina. He's like, here, I'm here to rescue you. And then they start walking out, and they do have a quick fight scene with like 3 soldiers. And then it cuts to Lilith, introduces her character, and the next thing, she goes to Pandora to find the daughter, to find Tina, and you see their ship that Roland was on with Tina, a ship like crash landed on a planet, and they mentioned real quick, oh yeah, the soldier, he fought his way and took over the ship, and they kind of crash landed. So it's like we missed all of that. You just want to give us a 2-second update? You missed all that action. That whole action scene could have been nice. Could have been fun to watch. No, it could have given Roland more screen time to freaking actually matter in this movie. But you just skip everything. And it's not the last time that they do that. It's like, why? This is supposed to be a fun action, cheesy film, and you miss out on the action. All the boom. I want to see the boom. And you skip it. What the hell, man? It's just frustrating because there's potential. There's potential here, but they threw it away in favor for Flash. They wanted flashiness, and disappointing. It's disappointing. The big bad, president of Atlas. Okay, they kind of got something there. He's big boss, big boss. Why didn't you bring in Handsome Jack? Handsome Jack, he's kind of a badass. He's a real a-hole. And you could have saved some of the future Borderlands films. Trust me, there's not going to be a sequel to this, but you could have saved potential sequels. Oh, Handsome Jack's taken care of, but now there's the president. And the president, dude, he was just kind of felt like a generic rich guy villain. He was the Mr. Burns of the Borderlands movie, and he didn't do anything for me. He didn't come off super ruthless. He was just generic. He was just there to serve his role as the villain. For me personally, if T-Mobile didn't give me a $5 movie ticket, I probably wouldn't have watched this. Do you need to go watch this in the movie theater? Absolutely not. Should you? Probably not. It comes out on Netflix. You can skip it. It was bad. Okay, for me, I thought it was bad. I didn't really laugh at a lot of the jokes. I chuckled maybe twice. It was just, there's nothing new, nothing to really reel me in. I came out disappointed. I came out never wanting to watch that movie again. I'd rather watch Madam Web and Morbius back to back. And that's a rough watch right there. That's a rough marathon. But enough about me and my personal opinion. Let's give CK a call and see what he thought, because he's your everyday man. He didn't really play through the games. You can't necessarily say he's a fan of the games. He's a casual watcher. For the casual viewer, let's see what he thought, if this is worth your time.
A few moments later.
And we're back. CK is on the call. CK, we just watched Borderlands, the movie. I just gave it my review, my thoughts on it. And you being someone who, you're familiar with the game, right? You've never really played it?
Never played the game.
Never played it at all?
Seen it, heard of it, but never played it.
All right, cool. So you went into this fairly blind, not knowing story, not knowing characters. Exactly. What did you think of this movie?
Right. Going in like that into this movie, I think it helped a lot, because I wasn't focused on what they didn't get accurate, what they messed up the characters on, or casting, or storyline, or whatever. To me, just going in and watching a regular movie, like any other.
Right.
So to be honest with you, I actually enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. Okay. I had comedy, great special effects and stuff like that. So it was a fun movie. Okay. So if you're going in like that, then it's good. Now, if you're going in knowing Borderlands really well, in and out like you, of course you're going to find a lot of stuff wrong with it probably. And from knowing you probably find a lot of stuff wrong with it. So, with that being said, I would not recommend people that know Borderlands really well to go see it. But if you don't know anything about it and you want to watch a fun movie, we can turn your brain off and just have fun, hit it.
I can tell you that Borderlands did not really follow the template of the game. It kind of did its own thing. And I took a fat crap on it, but you enjoyed it. You had fun. You enjoyed your time.
Yeah.
Would you watch this again?
To be honest with you, not really.
It comes out on Netflix or something.
Not really.
So it's a one-time watch and you're good.
Yeah, I wouldn't go see it again. Oh yeah, I never lied about that, but I wouldn't go see it again.
All right, that's fair.
And a lot of movies like that.
Is there anything that you didn't like about the movie?
I was honestly, I was going into expecting like annoying characters. It really was. But no, they were somewhat calm, easy to watch. And I found myself...
Claptrap, the robot?
Like the robot started off annoying, then he kind of grew on me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's what most of the characters are anyway. They started off a tad bit annoying at first, then kind of fell into liking them.
What about Tiny Tina?
Tiny Tina was good too. I didn't find her annoying like I thought I would. She was fun to watch.
Okay. Kevin Hart, he did it for you.
Kevin Hart his character was surprising. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the loud, crazy Kevin Hart, cracking jokes and being crazy. It was different. He was different in this one. He was a little more on the calm side. Yeah, he cracked a few jokes here and there, but he wasn't the normal Kevin Hart you expect to see. And he apparently had some fighting moves, so that was pretty cool.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. There was some action scenes that he was in.
Yeah. So that's not the Kevin Hart you're used to seeing. But again, it was good though. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. It was still good to watch.
So with you being someone who is not familiar with the source, you went in blind, enjoyed the movie. What is your score? 1 out of 10, with 10 being the best.
10 being the best. I think after thinking about it a little bit more, honestly, I can say I enjoyed it enough to give it I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it.
High.
Kept me, I guess, entertained. Wasn't really that many slow parts in it. And like I said earlier, it's one of those movies that you go in there, you turn your mind off, and just enjoy it.
You know what? You're right. It was fast. Not thinking back, the story progressed very fast. What changed your mind? Because walking out of that theater, you told me you gave me an 8, but now it's an 8.5. What changed?
For me, the favorite part was the end. I do like the little twist where you find out who the real person is that they're looking for, the daughter.
Daughter of the...
Yeah, and she ended up getting like these really cool powers, pretty much.
Yeah. Lilith became Firehawk. Yeah,
and I thought it was really cool to watch, and it was cool how she was able to fight back against the bad guys and stuff like that. And it was just a really cool, awesome scene.
All right, so you really like the way that ending played out and bumped it up to 8.5. All right. Now that I've settled in, I got home, I had something to eat, I let it sit, I let it marinate. I'm going to give it the exact same score that you had. Hold the 8.
So that'd be 0.5.
No.
Just the 5.
Just the 5.
I was like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, it was had some comedy moments in there. The action scenes did look good. I did like the costumes and the scenery. Just a 5. It was all right. I'm probably never gonna want to watch it again. And that's gonna do it for this movie review.